Yeah, it's what a difference 48 hours makes. That's the thing about sports. So the highs and the lows. Credit to Penn State, they make it really, really hard to break them down. I do think we ran out of legs. I just think we ran out of legs by the end of the first half, and that was the danger in playing a double overtime game against Florida State. And I thought we started the game incredibly well, and I thought we were going to go up 2, and that was our hope was we could get a little bit of ground, and I thought we started incredibly well, but we just ran out of gas at the end of the day. And Penn State are very, very well coached. They're a very deep team, and I think the depth showed looking at the number of minutes and that came off of their bench, and the number of minutes that came off of their bench on Friday. I mean, they had like 250 minutes or so on Friday. So credit to them, but I'm just remarkably proud of this group. And I hope I'm fortunate to coach another team like this again.
Questions?
You're back.
Yeah, nice to see you again, Coach. Could you talk a little bit about, you mentioned the quick turnaround.
Yeah.
How much did you talk to your staff, and how much did you guys discuss about maybe changing up your substitution patterns to try to cover for that?
Yeah, we did, and we spent a lot of time in recovery like you do. I think it's, we played 1, 2, 3, played an extra player or two this time, to be honest with you. I think I speak for every coach in the NCAA right now when it's time the NCAA changed to a Thursday-Sunday format. I think we're putting kids at risk. I think the quality of that game wasn't great. I think Erica will say the same. So it's a shame that we play Thursday-Sunday all year, and then when it comes to NCAA tournament time, we're saying, hey, have a 48-hour turnaround. And I think I do speak for the industry when I talk about that. So no excuses. Penn State dealt with it better than us. We played a few more players, and I thought we'd get more out of some of our kids today. I did, and that came into the game. But they've been there for us all year. No grumbles. When they got the second goal, I think it made a difference. Obviously, it changed a little bit, and Penn State is defensively solid, and we knew at that point we had a hard time to break them down.
And you did have most of the possession in the game, 53-47. How much of it were you trying to do that? Was that part of your game plan coming into the game, or how important was that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think playing in the speed of the game on Friday night, which was a track meet and incredibly athletic, incredibly fast, we knew we had less time on the ball Friday. Well, I think we struggled to flip the switch to we had a lot more time on the ball than we realized. And I think we went forwards too quickly. You give the ball to Penn State like we did 3 minutes before halftime, they scored. But I think we rushed our attacking. After we got into the game, we started to go forwards way too fast. And I've said this all season, part of our defending is keeping the ball. I don't think the possession statistics were good enough for us to win the game. We needed to be at 60% possession to win this game, I think, to save our legs. And I just feel like the change in tempo from Friday night to tonight and the type of game it was, as a player, you're probably expecting someone to be all over you all the time. And we had a lot more time than we thought on the ball. And I think we were too vertical too quickly at the end of the day. But, we'll dissect that later on.
Could you talk a little bit about Caroline Betts? She had a great game against FSU, and then she came back with a goal here. How important, has she been all year, especially these last couple games?
She's an unsung hero because, Abby Brighton, Wojo, Hannah, a lot of players have got, strong resumes and reputations. And Caroline has been one of the most consistent performers for her 3 years. And she graduates early. And what's a shame is great for her. And she's out of Vanderbilt in 3 years. And it's going to hurt us next year because she is that just every day, every single day, the same. And I think she's our leading scorer this year too, which speaks volumes about her as a wide player, getting into the position she gets into. So she is the epitome of consistency, and you know what you're getting with Caroline every day. And I think that's why she's been successful. There's no deviation in her effort. There's no deviation in her focus. There's never a change, and she gives you everything she's got every single day. And that's what it takes to be excellent. It's what it takes to be great in this sport. It's not a flash in the pan. It's consistency, and I give her full credit. She's been a great kid to coach.
Time for one more.
Coach, this is as far, this year you've gone farther than you ever have as a program in the NCAA tournament. How beneficial do you think it'll be as a program going forward to have gotten this far to the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
How much of a boost do you think it's going to give you moving forward? I know it's tough to answer right after such a
Oh,
game,
no, I
but
think it's a fair question, right? I mean, you know, in 10 years I've been at Vanderbilt, and we've had some degree of success in the league in those 10 years in winning a couple of trophies. And I think this is 6 of 8 years in the NCAA tournament. I think it takes time to get, right, to build up to that. Penn State are in their 8th year in the Sweet 16. There's a routine they have, right, that's passed on from generation to generation of player, from era to era. So I think it's learning. All right, it's constantly learning and learning. My first 3 years, we had to learn how to win. Once we learn how to win, we learn how to compete for championships. When you learn how to compete for championships, you start making runs in the NCAA tournament. We've been in the second round every year but one, I believe. I think, and again, I'm sure I'll be fact checked on that, but but I know we've been in the second round, and this is the fifth. So it's kind of like you take a step forwards, a step back, then you go 2 steps forwards, and you maybe take a step or 2 back, then you go 3 more steps forwards, and it's incremental. And in this day and age, where everything is about instant now, transfer portal, all this stuff, program building is hard. I do hope and would expect that it's a massive step for recruits and transfers and other people that have looked at our program and know we've been good, that we're poised to continue this. That was always the goal. We want to compete for a national championship. We want to emulate, what Florida State have done, right? What Stanford has done, what North Carolina's done. We want to get there. That's the ultimate goal. But you don't just go from last in the SEC to national champion necessarily in 10 years, right? But we're on that path. And I absolutely believe in the investment Vanderbilt is making in sports, in our facilities, in our infrastructure, in NIL and other opportunities for our kids that will all benefit. Our football team is benefiting right now. And I think long-term future of our program and Vanderbilt athletics is on the right trajectory. And I think it's time people, recognize that and jump on board. And it's my responsibility now to keep the ship sailing in that direction. But I love this group of kids. I absolutely do. And that's a strong word. And I mean that. They've been an incredible asset, incredible ambassadors for Vanderbilt. And they absolutely embody what it means to be on a team.